In this video, we are going to present about research paper called Working Together in a Family Space, Facilitate Collaboration Health Behaviors Over Distance. Prior studies have acknowledged the importance of involving interpersonal relationships such as families and friends in the promotion of health, particularly when trying to help individuals engage in positive healthy behaviors such as healthy eating habits and exercise. However, family support on health can be affected by different factors. In this study, we focus on the geographic distance factor because it has become common for family members to be apart. Despite the distance, most families still want to stay connected and aware of one another's current situation. Generally, those families use technology to maintain regular communication, which may cause their everyday encouragement and support on healthy living to change, compared to when members lived together and had the benefit of face-to-face interactions. This challenge has inspired our work. We want to examine ways to help families to collaborate over distance, specifically on healthy practices. Our work built on design strategies from prior studies and examine how health applications can be designed to support individuals in their pursuit of healthy style, as well as their desire to promote healthy living within close relationships. Given the demonstrated value of social support to health promotion, we consider the social dynamics between family members and close friends living apart in our study design. We developed a lightweight follow-based application named PhamilySpace to motivate individuals on engagement in healthy practices and increase their awareness of each other's healthy living, resulting in collaboration healthy behaviors over distance. The application has three main features: timeline, sharing photos, and comments, just like you can see in the clip in the slide. Our study has four main contributions. First, we focus on distributed individuals and consider the family relationship between adult parents and adult children and close friends. Second, our study design aims to examine how a photo-based application can help distributed people to be more engaged in conversations about health and to be more aware of each other's healthy practices. Third, our system deployment extends supportive environment that physical proximity can bring to the virtual realm to encourage healthy behaviors throughout the day, not only within families but also friends. And finally, we consider health as a form of positive collective practices that empowers people in staying active based on their skills, abilities, and practices. This study, we investigated the following research question. How can a photo-based application help distributed people to be more engaged in healthy living? How can a photo-based application supporting sharing of healthy living information help distributed people to be more aware of each other's health status and to facilitate collaboration around health within distributed families and friends? We conducted a week-long field study to observe participants' practices on using the application in their natural settings and tested under realistic conditions. Participants were paired as a group of 2 or 3 people based on the same family members or close friends, and each participant would have a dedicated space to share information. For the study, we asked participants to post photos of what they consider a healthy behavior with a short caption, and we asked them to post at least 1 photo per day. Participants were encouraged to interact with family members by leaving comments or likes in their posts, and we offered to send reminders via text and email. On start day, we offered to host a training session with participants to present the app and collect data through a survey. Then, participants would use the app for 3 days and will do a second survey. On the final day, we would apply a final survey and conduct an interview to assess participants' experience and general perception of their family. However, given the circumstances of COVID-19 pandemic, we had to modify the study design, specifically the qualification of participants, and expand the scope to recruit participants and include close friends in our eligibility criteria. RB approved our modification, and given the modification for clarity, we refer to the study design before quarantine as study phase 1 and during quarantine as study phase 2. We had a total of 26 people participating in our study. In study phase 1, we had 14 participants. In study phase 2, we had 12 participants. As for data collection and data analysis, we applied a mixed approach of quantitative data and qualitative data. And for our data analysis, we apply inductive qualitative analysis. Now we present the main findings from our study. First, as for application usage, we noticed the set of participants using the application every day during the week. However, in each phase, there was a small decrease in number of posts and comments by the end of the week, as you can see in image 1 and image 2. Participants mentioned some reasons for the less engagement, such as it was a really busy week, and I'm studying and trying to keep up with schoolwork. Participants also mentioned the benefits of having such a dedicated space to share information about healthy living, such as this quote for participant 12, where she says it was really nice to use the application and see how her family think and their perception of health activities. Participants also explained how the application prompted them to be active during quarantine. As participant 22 said, it can be really easy to do nothing when you're stuck at home all the time. Now, we are going to present two main findings of this study in terms of awareness and benefits of reciprocal sharing. During the study, as participants use the application through the week, they seem to change their perceptions of what a healthy behavior is, going beyond the more visible and straightforward practices such as food and exercise. One reason for the change was participants were intentionally thinking about their behaviors. As results, participants started to notice more of the ordinary acts of health, such as doing pottery and drinking water. At the study phase 2, the same idea of ordinary acts of health was mentioned. However, they were referred to as activities that contribute to participants' emotional and mental wellness, such as taking care of plants and reading, also as activities that were accessible to participants during quarantine, such as going for walks. Participant mentions the benefits of having increased awareness, such as getting to know even better their friends and families, which led them to reflect on what they could do for themselves. Also, during quarantine, participants were inspired to engage in other practices at home. In terms of reciprocal sharing, 57% of participants mentioned feel closer and after using the application. Participants said reciprocal sharing was useful to hold others accountable for their behaviors and to facilitate showing care and support to one another. During quarantine, participants also mentioned that reciprocal sharing was useful. However, participants had to adjust to a new routine of social isolation. Then, as they cope with that situation, sharing information with a friend seemed to deepen the social accountability experience and sense of closeness. Given all that, here we present some final thoughts on this work. Based on our study results, we have identified benefits of this intervention. First, in terms of increased awareness, this study showed that individuals were able to observe ordinary actions of health and apply them on their own behaviors, expanded their perceptions of health living, and adopting new practices. In terms of reciprocal sharing, participants learned it was beneficial for accountability of personal and others' healthy behaviors. Despite this study was a short intervention, still we noticed a decrease of usage. One reason was a busy week during the intervention. Future work could consider alternatives on how to apply such intervention that would fit better people's life. For example, by offering options to reduce some properties of the intervention such as frequency. Also, we had different relationships in our study. However, we had challenges to engage those families, such as families dealing with topic avoidance issues. Future work could focus on those families, for instance, proposing a design with functions to spark communication about health. In conclusion, this work contributes with a design solution to address the existing challenge of family communication about health when living apart, and we also encourage further design and study of such approaches intended to facilitate collaboration on healthy living over distance. Thank you for watching this talk. Please contact us via email if you want to know more about our work or have any questions.